So for my final year project, I looked into representing human experiences with a 3D game engine, and I chose to do Amphibian. And so the aim was to investigate how a 3D game engine could be used to simulate the Amphibian's experience. So I did a review which covered background research on the chosen Amphibian, different ways to portray experiences in 3D game engines like first person points of view and the different types of gameplay. I reviewed other products that have human experiences in them, and then I identified a questionnaire that could be used to evaluate the project as a whole. So I chose the Texas blind salamander as the chosen amphibian because when deciding, I wanted to use a gamepad and the rumble features, and because the scientific Texas blind salamander is blind, it lives in an underwater cave in Texas, and the way that it navigates through the world is when its prey and other things move in the water, it can detect the waves, the pressure waves that they produce. And I wanted to translate that into the haptic feedback in the controllers as a way to represent that aspect of it. And allowed me to use the technology that's been shown in the next generation consoles. Something. So for the different games, I that Perception, which is a video game which you play as a blind woman who's searching for her old family home, and this game uses different visual effects and shaders to show that the whole world is essentially in darkness.
The room has decided to turn off the entire presentation. Is it all? What about this? The risk of making the same bad joke I made earlier this week. If anyone has a stand-up routine that they're particularly interested in sharing with us, please, this is your moment.
It flashed on for a second.
Yay. Very short stand-up routine this time. Let's keep going.
So with Perception, you play as a blind woman who is exploring her old childhood home, and in that game, you essentially create like a walking stick, and you can bang it on the floor, and it highlights the immediate surroundings, and that's how you walk around the house and explore. And in versus Predator, there's a game mode where you can play as the alien, and that uses UI elements in a very interesting way, where in the middle it will show, because the alien can walk on the walls and the ceilings, the crosshair in the middle will show you what surface you are pointing on. It's kind of like a T shape, and where it's pointing down is the surface you're walking on. So you walk on the wall, it will rotate, and it'll say you're walking on this side. So that one in Alien versus Predator, when you play as the alien, so it has that UI element, and the alien also has unique gameplay mechanics where you can hide in the shadows, When you hide in the shadows, the color of the crosshair in the middle changes to let you know that you're hidden, if you're visible. And then it also has a distortion effect around the edges of the screen to highlight that you're not playing as a human character. And in my in my the third game I looked at was Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, where you play as Samus and she's in a suit of armor and she has a visor. You get power-ups where you can change the visor, so which lets you see the world in a different perspective and use that to solve different puzzles and navigate the world in different ways. And the one I highlighted was the Echo visor, which basically simulates echolocation and uses visual effects and UI elements to build that. And the UI elements are part of Samus's helmet, which makes it a more immersive experience. And when developing the control schemes for the salamander, I mapped the head of the controller to the head of the salamander. So as you can see, when the prey moves, it has the pressure waves, which are detected by the organs on the side of its head. And so I wanted to map this detection vibration. So when there's an animal or the prey on your left side, it will vibrate the left side of the controller, vice versa to the right side. And so in Unity, I represented the salamander's head as this ball hair with the two organs on the side that used to detect the pressure waves from the prey. The audio. That's an issue.
Here now.
Should be just